I wanted to speak on the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York as a venue. I physically haven't been there. Plan on going there for Figueroa Broner next month. See how it works out. We back. It's the Boxing Click. More y'all know what it is. Your boy CJ Goodfella kicking that real boxing ish. And I've been to Madison Square Garden, the theater room, and the big room, and that's an amazing venue, I must say. But they're trying to push this Barclays Center as the next best thing. Like Lou DiBella said, it's the best non-casino venue in boxing. They're trying to push it as an East Coast thing, but it hasn't built that mystique yet, and it's hard to build that mystique. The mystique that Madison Square Garden got, the mystique that fighting in Las Vegas got. There's different spots. It's hard, and it's gonna take time. We get old. We're gonna be like, oh man, remember that great fight at the Barclays Center? Yeah. But to me, the boardwalk in Atlantic City, that was the East Coast, man. That was the East Coast mystical, magical venue spot, man. Other than Madison Square Garden, watching Cotto, fight there on Puerto Rican Day Parade weekend and all the other awards they had on the East Coast, man. But the boardwalk, man, you had good fights. You had Martinez fighting there. You had, I think Martinez Pavlik was there. Pavlik also fought there a lot. Bernard blessed there. Arturo Gatti was the house that he built. Andre Ward, Carl Froch fought there. Man, the boardwalk, man, just that little, the ceiling line, man. You knew when it was a fight at the Atlantic City boardwalk, it had potential to be a great, great fight. And just watching it on TV, I had never been there, but watching it on TV, it controlled you. It had an aura about it. The Barclays don't have that aura yet, and it's still young, I must say. They trying to push it as that best venue, that next best thing venue, man. But I think it's way behind Atlantic Boardwalk, Boardwalk Place, and I think it's still behind MSG on the East Coast, man. There's a lot of great venues they could try to open up on the East Coast still. The MGM Harbor Bay, I think down there with Maryland. Down there in Maryland where Gary Russell fought, that looked pretty nice. The DC Armory is smaller, but they got some history there. Philly, I'm surprised they didn't let Danny Garcia fight in Philly yet. Where the Sixers play. Boston, new Boston Garden. It's a lot of great venues going down the East Coast, man. It's big, big sports, man. Big sports. But at the end of the day, the Barclays, it looked nice, man. Hollered at my boy Don. He said he liked the Barclays. He said ringside for all the fights. He said, ringside is really ringside of Madison Square Garden, though. It's one of the major differences. But, they trying to push this Barclay thing, and I ain't mad at them. The Barclays willing to put on boxing. They trying to build they rep up. That's what it's about for Barclay. They're trying to build they rep up as a venue. It's a resume builder for the Barclays Center for bigger and better events to come there. And Premier Boxing Champions is really pushing hard for Barclays to be one of the upper echelon elite venues in the boxing game. It's a lot of them, man. They fight some more frequent than others. Of course, you get the T-Mobile Arena now a lot. MGM Grand got some ownership in that. Staples Center a lot for the Mexican fighters. You got down in Texas, the Alamo Dome has some great fights. Chavez, Whitaker, Canelo, Trout, to name a couple. Also Mandalay Bay down there in Las Vegas. It seems like the same spots, get, the boxing fights. But I think it's time for them to kind of try to open up new markets, man. It's a big Spanish community and a big melting pot down in South Florida. You got Cubans that Ortiz and Lara and Gamboa. They maybe need to open up that market. But, the Barclays is a nice arena, but I don't think it's quite there yet. But it's getting there, man. We get older, we're going to have some memories about there. We gone.